Hi guys, and welcome to a new news episode. First I want to run through the Enigma week, the event that's currently active for a couple of days already. We can see the spawns here. Clefairy, Jigglypuff, Staryu, Lunatone, Solrock, Baltoy, Beldum, Bronzor and Elgyem are spawning more often. And the interesting note is that Lunatone and Solrock are available worldwide. They are not region restricted for this event. So Lunatone and Solrock are spawning everywhere in the world. As soon as the event ends, then they will go back to their own regions. Then from the eggs we have Staryu, Cleffa, Igglybuff, Lunatone, Solrock, Beldum and Elgyem. And for the raids we have Clefairy, Jigglypuff, Staryu and Klink as tier 1. Then we got the unknowns for tier 2. So when an unknown raid spawned, it's going to be either of these 5 letters, which are related to Ultra, so U, L, T, R and H, which can be shiny. We have Gothita, Solosis and Elgyem as well for tier 2. For tier 3, Lunatone, Solrock and Claydol. Then we have tier 4, Alolan, Marowak, Togetic, Metagross and Bronzong. And then we have Deoxys, which can be shiny now as well as a tier 5 raid pass. The new shinies are Staryu and Starmie, and of course all of the 5 unknown letters, and Deoxys. Then when it comes to the research, making 3 curveball throws will give you a Baltoy encounter, and win a raid will give you a Staryu encounter. There's also a field research test to catch 3 Psychic-type Pokemon for 1 rare candy. So this is definitely a nice addition, because if you can gather a couple of these tests, then you can grind a bunch of rare candies. We have an infographic here. So till August 14th the event will last. Pokemon Go Hub also made an article about it, but it's basically the same information that we just went through. We can see here an infographic as well. I'm going to move to the next subject. In response to community feedback, we have removed the Defeat a Team Go Rocket leader from the list of daily tasks for those in the limited Pokecoin rewards test countries. Thank you for your continued feedback during this ongoing testing process. So the testing countries originally started with Australia, but now it has moved to New Zealand and Germany as well. I might be forgetting another country. So they decided to add a new task, which was Defeat a Team Go Rocket leader. The community did not appreciate that, obviously, because it's not a task that is easy to do on a daily basis. And based on the feedback, they actually decided to remove this task, which is fantastic. It will give you a greater chance to gather the 20 coins per day. Because remember, you need to perform all of the quests, all of the tasks, to get the 20 coins. And it's either 0 or 20 coins in total for your day. Winner rate might still be a tough one, but other than that, the tasks are fine and are all reachable. I think defeating a Team Go Rocket Grunt is still active, but that is fine because we have the balloons. Then from the Pokeminers we have a couple of short messages. The base catch rate for all Deoxys forms was just reduced from 6 to 2%. So the reason that it was at 6% must have been for the EX raids, because EX raid bosses have a higher chance to be caught. But obviously Deoxys moved now to normal raids, so they decided to nerf it from 6 to 2%. The transform is still 6% somehow, but as it's not active, it doesn't really matter. Then moving on to PvP, the Ultra League will be coming tonight, I believe, and also the Ultra Premier Cup. So here we have an article from PvPoke about the most relevant Pokemon that you can use for the Premier Cup. So Premier Cup is the one without legendaries and mythicals, so no Giratina and no Cresselia, for example. We have Venusaur, Swampert, Charizard, Empoleon, Gengar, Machamp, Togekiss, Lapras, Snorlax, Snover, Drifblim and Gyarados as the most important Pokemon. And note that this is actually a meta pool of Pokemon that are very accessible for many people. They are cheap to power up. For Gyarados and all of these 4 starter Pokemon, you can get a move for 10,000. For Togekiss and Snorlax, if you get the baby, then you can get a move for 10,000. So these are very accessible Pokemon. Furthermore, they are Pokemon that appear frequently. So even if you live in a rural area with not that many Pokemon, You should have been able to do a community day to get these Pokemon. The only important note is that if you missed out on the community day moveset, then these Pokemon will not be viable, or you need to somehow use a Elite Charge TM, because the community day movesets are vital for these 4 Pokemon. And well, actually Gyarados as well with Aqua Tail. Then there are some counter picks here with Dragonite, Gallade, and Obstagoon. And example teams, well, look at that, Venusaur, Charizard, and Swampert. This is one of the most accessible teams that you can think of if you manage to get the community day movesets. So I'm definitely looking forward to the Premier Cup, and it's going to be interesting to see how many people are going to be able to play in it, because it's a lot more accessible. Many more people should be able to perform well in this league, which might lead to a tougher competition out there. Game Press also makes articles about what Pokemon you can use for leagues. This is for the Ultra League. I think it's slightly outdated because they're still putting Registeel in Tier 1, despite both of his moves being nerfed. Flash Cannon and Focus Blast were both nerfed, so I would say it's going to be at least Tier 2 now. But either way, they're listing a bunch of Pokemon that are very useful to use in the Ultra League. Note that this is for the Ultra League, not the Premier Cup, because they're still listing Giratina and Cresselia. But yeah, that's definitely a great site to look at as well. And then talking about Go Battle League, we have another article here, a guide to success in Go Battle League. I took the liberty of interviewing 3 highly talented trainers that have fought their way to achieving the ultimate goal of reaching rank 10 in Go Battle League. This is an article from Avrip. Avrip wrote this article. We're going to go to it. So he's asking some questions to rank 10 players. Alex responding, I think the biggest tip I can share to newer players would be to watch PvP content creators on YouTube and Twitch. There is a plethora of amazing content out there for everyone to watch and learn from the best sources that has helped me to grow and learn more than anything else. In terms of gameplay, I would say recognizing the fast move my opponent is using and counting their fast move has been extremely helpful in knowing how much energy they have. This allows the person counting fast moves to know when they need to shield, switch into another Pokemon to catch a charge move, or gain extra energy by farming the opposing Pokemon can create greater opportunities. This takes a little bit of focus and it helps you gain a little advantage in the battle, which could be the deciding factor between a win and loss. Okay, so he's stating that what helped him to reach to rank 10, one of the most important things, is counting the fast moves of the opponent. So of course you can see it when your opponent is using a fast move in the screen, and every time it makes animation, you can count that was 1 animation, 2 animations, and you can find on the internet from several sites how many fast moves it takes for Pokemon to do a certain charge move. So you could say, okay, this Pokemon needs 7 animations to do its fast move. It's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 now. And if you notice it's just about to do its charge move, then you can switch in time to catch the charge move with another attack, another Pokemon. It's also, if you are hesitating when to use your charge attack, if you are counting, then you can know like, okay, they're at only 3 fast attacks now, they need 7. So I can do like 2 or 3 more attacks and then use my charge attack, so get a little bit more energy. You are more aware of where you are at in the battle. He is stating that it takes focus, but I would also say that it takes a lot of information. You need to learn a lot. You need to go through all of these Pokemon, see what fast moves it has, how many animations it takes for charge moves, what are their charge moves. You need to learn a lot if you are willing to do this. But as he is stating, it is important to reach rank 10. Nick 10, some lesser known advice would be about the mental part of the game. I recommend not doing all of your sets in one sitting. It is very mentally draining and you are not as sharp by the 4th or 5th set. Remaining positive and calm in tight matches is extremely important. If you are feeling anxious after a close match, take a break and come back later. Remember that the game is for fun. Okay, so he's putting the emphasis on the fact that the mental game is also very important to reaching rank 10. So if you are feeling a bit tired or you are just a bit just uncomfortable somehow, you are upset maybe, then it is not the right moment to do your sets because you are not fully concentrated and you might make more mistakes. Then the last person, Matthew, rather than trying to pick a team of 3 that covers everything, try and pick a team that set each other up well. Think about how the game mechanics work. If you have a bad lead, you'll switch out, and your opponent will gain a switch advantage, but you can use that to your advantage if you plan your team well. The most high-profile example of this is Caleb's playing Skarmory Meganium Shift team, where you switch Shift Tree in to try and bait out your opponent's grass counter and hit them really fast and hard to force them to shield. You'll still lose the switch advantage, but you'll likely be a shield up and have cleared the path for your Meganium to sweep, having got rid of your opponent's grass counter. This was something I was doing from day 1 in Go Battle League. My Great League team is Altaria, Lantern, Azumarill, and it plays similarly. If you treat the game as rock, paper, scissors, you're likely to lose as many games as you win, no matter how good your 3 Pokemon are. So switch it up a bit to try and gain a tactical advantage over your opponent. Stick to the same team of 3 as well. The more you play it, the better you'll be at it. You'll start to recognize patterns of play in your opponents, which can sometimes give away crucial information about what they might have in the back. Okay, so this is the tip that I'm noting from Matthew here. Stick to the same team of 3. So he's basically saying you want to put a lot of thought about which team you're going to use. You want to make sure that it's a very useful team. But once you have picked that team, you want to stick with it. So if you lose a couple of matches in a row, you don't want to change it up and say like, oh, this team doesn't work. You want to keep your team and keep practicing with it. And the more you practice with it, the better you play with it. So those are some of the teams. Only play when you are feeling well. Use the same 3 Pokemon. Play with it a lot, so you get more comfortable with it. You recognize more how you should play this team. And make sure that you count all of the fast attacks to know where you're at in the game. That is basically the 3 best tips to give right now. Then we're going to go to a couple of Reddit subjects. So the first here is about a notification limit. They're stating it for gym defender and friend interaction. But I actually want to talk about this notification limit related to remote raiding. So this person, Mitchix85, is saying, as soon as you have reached more than 196 notifications in the last 24 hours, you will not receive any further notifications until you drop below 196 again. Stack notifications like 5 friends opened your gifts count as 5. So if you are a very active person, you are a grinder maybe, you are opening many gifts, you are sending a lot of gifts, you have a bunch of friendship interactions, and you do a lot of remote raids, it's possible you will reach that 196 notifications, and once you have reached that, you will not get any notifications anymore. This means that if somebody is trying to invite you to a raid, you will not get the notification for that raid. So I'm not sure if that means that you cannot do the raid at all. I think it does, but at least you will not get the notification in your screen for the invitation. So that is something to keep in mind if you are playing hardcore. Then there is a bug that the Audino did not get the 3 times catch Stardust during the community day of 2 days ago. So here we can see a screenshot from someone, the Mega Mewtwo, and he is stating that this screenshot is from Magikarp Community Day 3 times Stardust, and he did not get the triple Stardust bonus. So in the past, you would get triple Stardust for Albinos. 2,300 is actually normal for Albino. So triple Stardust will be 3,900 without the weather boost. With weather boost, it becomes even more. But during the last Community Day, Albino did not get that boost. So if it is a bug or intended, we don't know. But if it is a bug, hopefully it will get fixed soon. And keep that in mind. So you will not get extra bonuses from Albino at the moment. Disappearing stuffs and gyms. So there has been a glitch for a while that if you were going really fast, the gyms would suddenly move to another place. And Casey Wolf is saying that if you click on a gym from far away, it could also cause a gym to move to a different location. Basically, the simple solution to that is to just restart the game, and the gyms will go back to their normal location. Anyone tired of spinning balls during the catch? So this is for legendary encounters, and you can see here that this person is trying to throw a ball, but halfway throughout its motion, the ball just gets stuck there. And this is something that's been going on for a long time now. I've had this many times as well. And at first I thought it was a problem with my phone. Like maybe the phone wasn't registering my fingers well somehow. But this is actually a problem with the raid boss. Because whenever I throw Pokeballs at the regular encounter, not related to raids, I can easily catch them, no problem. But whenever I try to catch a raid boss, I always get this problem. Many other people are having it. You can see 53 comments on this post here. So this is a glitch from Niantic. It is not your phone. So hopefully that clarifies something to some people. And hopefully that Niantic can fix this soon. Okay, then an interesting article here about a shiny Magikarp turning into a shiny Chikorita after the event. So somebody was playing Community Day. The event from Community Day was about to end, and just before the end of Community Day, he encountered a shiny Magikarp. Most people would just catch it, of course, but this person decided to try something else. He went out of the shiny Magikarp encounter. He waited till the event ended. When the event ends, then the Magikarp turns into a different Pokemon. He clicks on a different Pokemon, it's a Chikorita, and it is still shiny. Now you could say, oh, this person was incredibly lucky, but there might actually be more interesting things going on here. Exatron is saying it's probably a side effect of the fix to keep the daily instant spawn from losing its shiny status when caught. Okay, so basically he's saying that this is Niantic now designed the game in a way, because they had to fix the daily instant spawn, so that when the Pokemon changes, if it was already a shiny, it will remain a shiny, but for a new Pokemon. Of course, the new Pokemon must be shiny released. So if you have, if it would have been a Hoppip, for example, it would obviously not be shiny because Hoppip is not shiny released. But if the Pokemon is shiny released like Chikorita, it will also be a shiny. So another person who attempted this is Jimmy Shadders. And he is saying he had a shiny Dratini spawn just as the Dragon Peak was about to end. He didn't bother catching the Dratini because he had many shiny Dratinis already. So he went out of the encounter, the event ended, the Dratini changed into a Staryu, he clicks on the Staryu, and the Staryu is still shiny. So this is actually, you could use this as a strategy for the next Community Day, for example, or for the end of another event. You click on a shiny, you are not interested in the shiny, you go out of the encounter, you wait till the event ends and the Pokemon becomes a different Pokemon, you click on it again, and if it is shiny released, then this Pokemon will also be shiny. It only works by re-encountering, it doesn't work by keeping it into your screen, and then as soon as the event ends, catching it then. No, you have to re-encounter it. So you also want to make sure that the Pokemon will actually still be there after the event, or you'll just lose the shiny completely. But there's definitely some potential to use this as strategy. Here we have an article about somebody complaining about the balls, not getting extra balls during Community Day from the buddy, and not getting balls anymore from gifts. This is something that we have talked about a bunch already, so I won't go deeply into it. But I just wanted to note the amount of comments here, 333 comments on this post. There's a lot of people here being upset about it. You can see how many comments these are. Oh yeah, somebody is stating here, if you have max stickers, but the gift would have given you a sticker, you get less bundles. And there are some people who are getting zero rewards from their gifts actually, because their gift would only have given them stickers, but they're maxed out on stickers, so they just get nothing, which is obviously a problem. How to fix the white screen bug? Okay, so there is a new bug now, that if you encounter a Pokemon that is about to despawn, you will get a white screen. Okay, so you would think that you would need to restart the game, because you cannot play with a white screen, right? Well, apparently there is a way around this. The game is still up and running in the background. Just tap randomly across your screen, and if you are lucky, you tap on another Pokemon, a stop or a gym. So when you hit something else, the screen gets refreshed, and the game continues to work as intended. Okay, so you click on the Pokemon that's about to despawn, you get a white screen. you just tap randomly on your screen, you click on a Pokemon by chance, and now your game will just continue to function. So this is something that you can try out, and it will save you some time for restarting the app. And of course, every time you restart the app, then you will get that blank screen from your nearby Pokemon as well. All the Pokemon disappear. So you don't want that. So you just click randomly on the screen, you encounter new Pokemon, and that will solve the problem. We have an interesting rocket radar glitch here. So somebody clicked on the rocket radar, and now he's forced to play from the air here. Maybe he's in a rocket balloon. And the last thing I wanted to show you is that the Spotlight Hour is coming up soon. So it will be coming tomorrow, Tuesday, from 6 to 7 p.m. Sableye will be the Pokemon in the Spotlight Hour for 1 hour. Somebody is asking here about shiny rates. They are just 1 in 450, guys. There is no boost in shiny rate for Spotlight Hours. There only was once for Bronzor, but the reason for that is that Bronzor is a perma-boosted shiny, which always has a 1 in 60 chance. So it wasn't boosted for Spotlight Hour, it was just boosted in general for always. So Sableye will have a chance of 1 in 450. Double transfer candy, so if you still have valuable Pokemon, keep them and transfer them at that moment. Okay, so that's everything I wanted to go to today. If more news comes out, I will make a new episode, and I will see you then.